Could an ancient and highly evolved civilization have flourished millions of years ago, only to vanish without a trace? The Earth, our beautiful blue planet, has existed for an incredibly long time, much longer than our human minds can easily comprehend. To put that in perspective, our home is 4.543 billion years old, which is more than enough time for countless cataclysmic events to unfold, and quite possibly for various life forms to rise to prominence before fading away into the annals of prehistory. Volcanic eruptions, colossal wars, and devastating floods are just a few of the scenarios that could have befallen any hypothetical civilization of the distant past. Although we have managed to survive countless threats up to this point, the future remains an enigma, filled with questions about what might happen next. In our quest to uncover the earliest civilizations that ever existed on this planet, we stumbled upon revelations so mind-boggling that they challenge our entire understanding of Earth's distant past. We invite you to journey with us through these incredible discoveries, which might very well alter your perception of history, from colossal dinosaurs roaming lush, prehistoric swamps to the possibility of advanced beings wielding technology beyond our wildest imagination. There is no shortage of mind-expanding evidence to keep you riveted. So, stay until the very end, because every piece of information could hold the key to understanding our forgotten origins. A deep dive into Earth's ancient life. The earliest direct evidence of life on Earth was recently extracted from a 3.5 billion-year-old piece of rock in Western Australia's Apex Church Rock Formation. Using advanced chemical analyses, scientists identified an ancient biological fossil embedded within this rock, rendering it the oldest confirmed sign of primordial life we've ever found. This discovery paints a vivid picture. Billions of years ago, our planet bore little resemblance to its modern-day form. Instead, vast swathes of Earth were covered in thick, swampy forests, teeming with colossal plant life and fearsome dinosaurs of every conceivable shape and design. But as we all know, the reign of dinosaurs met a dramatic end when a massive asteroid collided with Earth, sparking a cascade of chaotic events that included earthquakes, volcanic eruptions, titanic tsunamis, and a perpetual haze of dust that likely blocked out the sun. This extreme environment led to catastrophic die-offs in the plant kingdom, which in turn affected every creature reliant on vegetation for survival. The fact that any species managed to endure this chaos is remarkable in itself. With such devastating global cataclysms in our planet's history, it's logical to wonder, could there have been an advanced civilization, human or otherwise, that thrived before being obliterated by one of these catastrophic events? Might the relics of such a civilization be hidden away, waiting to be unearthed? The mystery of lost civilizations. Archaeologists and anthropologists have found human ancestor fossils, dating back some 5 to 7 million years. That timescale alone is enormous. It would have allowed plenty of room for unknown civilizations to advance, mature, and then disappear long before the advent of our more recognizable Homo sapiens. Even modern human civilizations, which are only a few thousand years old, have witnessed astonishing leaps in technology. From the invention of the wheel to the space age, we've progressed at breakneck speed in a surprisingly short window of time. If just a few thousand years gave rise to today's skyscrapers, satellites, and digital networks, think of what might have been achieved by a civilization that existed over the course of hundreds of thousands or even millions of years. It isn't far-fetched to imagine that such a society could have experienced a golden age of technological wonders, only to be wiped out by natural disasters, cosmic collisions, or self-inflicted wars. Even in our more recent historical record, we see entire cultures, like the fabled Minoan civilization, on the island of Santorini, reduced to ash by a single volcanic explosion. Similarly, the Mayan civilization thrived with advanced writing and mathematical systems, only to vanish rapidly because of internal conflict, changes in climate, and other destabilizing forces. Then there's the Indus Valley civilization, renowned for its sophisticated urban planning, water drainage, and multi-story brick homes, which gradually disintegrated in the face of shifting rainfall patterns. If these relatively recent and well-established civilizations disappeared so decisively, leaving only scattered ruins, imagine how likely it is that a civilization predating written history could have been swallowed entirely by time. The enigma of Atlantis and other legends. Throughout myth and legend, we encounter tantalizing hints of advanced societies that might have once ruled the earth. Atlantis, described by Plato as a mighty naval power filled with half-god, half-human inhabitants, is a prime example. This civilization was said to possess riches beyond measure, including gold and silver that adorned its storied temples. According to legend, Atlantis existed a full 9,000 years before Plato's era, placing it deep in the ancient world. Some posit that repeated volcanic eruptions, tectonic shifts, or dramatic flooding events could have plunged these fabled islands into the ocean depths, leaving their secrets buried beneath the seafloor for eternity. It's also feasible that there might be once advanced societies hidden in the cradle of humankind, Africa, which has yielded fossil evidence of human-like species dating back 300,000 on to 400,000 years. Over 1,000 hominid fossils have been found, illustrating our species' long and winding path of evolution. Yet, who's to say these fossils represent the only line of intelligent evolution on the continent? If Earth has been brimming with life for over 4 billion years, there's ample room in that timeline for civilizations that have come and gone, leaving only faint geological whispers of their existence. Civilization's rapid progress and speculative theories. Consider how swiftly modern industrial civilization has transformed our planet. In mere centuries, we've gone from relying primarily on horse-drawn carriages to launching space probes beyond our solar system. The leaps in communication, computing power, and energy production are staggering. Now imagine a civilization that had not hundreds of years, but millions of years to grow and innovate. If such a society arose, it's conceivable they harnessed resources, mastered energy manipulation, and constructed sprawling metropolises teeming with advanced technology, only to vanish without leaving an easily identifiable trail. Some intriguing theories even propose that humans themselves might be extraterrestrials, that our ancestors arrived from elsewhere in the cosmos, displacing or mingling with whatever life forms previously inhabited Earth. Others push this idea further, suggesting that a thoroughly advanced Earth-based civilization once developed space travel, departed the planet eons ago, and settled somewhere among the stars. From this perspective, we modern humans would be but the distant descendants or vestiges of that more sophisticated lineage, scouring the planet for hints of our own forgotten beginnings. The challenge is finding evidence. After all, millions of years is more than enough time for erosion, tectonic activity, and other natural processes to destroy or deeply bury structures. Still, every so often, we uncover a fascinating anomaly, an artifact, a fossil, or an ancient site that doesn't quite fit the standard narrative of humanity's technological progression. Damreiko, ancient technology that defies expectations. One notable example comes from the Vikings, who utilized a sophisticated compass known as the Wintertok disk, enabling them to navigate the treacherous waters of the North Atlantic with startling accuracy. While it's obviously not a digital GPS, it was unbelievably advanced for its era, underscoring our habit of underestimating older civilizations. Equally remarkable is the discovery of alleged ancient batteries near modern-day Baghdad, dating back about 2,000 years. These clay jars, sealed with asphalt stoppers and fitted with iron rods, might have produced small amounts of electricity through chemical reactions, pushing the boundaries of what we believe ancient peoples were capable of. Although their exact function is debated, the very existence of these artifacts points to an innovative spirit that we don't typically associate with civilizations of that period. Nonareskand, a 1.8 billion-year-old nuclear reactor. Far more astonishing is the Oklo site near Franceville in the Gabon Republic of Africa. In 1972, a French factory importing uranium ore noticed something odd. The extracted uranium appeared to have been part of a sustained chain reaction in the past, leading some researchers to propose the site was once a natural nuclear reactor. Claims suggest it may have operated for hundreds of thousands of years, nearly 2 billion years ago. Officially, scientists maintain that these natural reactors formed due to a very specific combination of geological and chemical conditions, something that spontaneously occurred in prehistoric times. However, skeptics question whether nature could create such a perfect setup on its own, given the extremely narrow parameters for sustaining fission reactions. They argue it might indicate an ancient civilization harnessing nuclear technology. Regardless of which perspective you take, Oklo remains a mystery that forces us to reconsider the limits of both nature and humankind in eons gone by. Uncovering the future of our past. With the pace of modern science and archaeological methods constantly improving, the odds of uncovering more evidence of unknown ancient societies are better than ever. It's entirely possible that as we deploy ground-penetrating radar, drone-based surveys, deep-sea submersibles, and advanced satellite imaging, we'll come upon clues pointing to lost realms that once thrived before recorded history began. Yet, amid this fascinating speculation, one somber truth remains. Even if we consider ourselves the pinnacle of civilization right now, our turn to fade away could arrive sooner than we expect. The same cataclysms that doomed our predecessors, asteroid impacts, supervolcanoes, drastic climate shifts, and more, remain existential risks. We might add nuclear warfare and emerging pathogens to that list of potential threats. We like to think our cities are permanent, but time has a way of reducing even the most impressive achievements to rubble, given the right combination of events. Contemplating our legacy. Imagining the far distant future, one could foresee a day when you count everything outside that defines our modern civilization, skyscrapers, highways, power plants, digital archives, disintegrates or is buried under layers of sediment. We would join the ranks of other one-lost civilizations, and any traces of our existence could puzzle future intelligent life, perhaps the next evolution of humanity, or even an entirely different species, will excavate our ruins, marveling at the relics we left behind. They might uncover remnants of strange devices and wonder how we lived, what gods we worshipped, and why we ultimately vanished. It is equally intriguing to consider the possibility that some advanced extraterrestrial observers might stumble upon Earth's deserted continents long after we are gone, piecing together the remnants of a once flourishing society. We, in effect, would be their archaeological treasure, a cosmic puzzle that reveals an ancient race capable of reaching into space, yet vulnerable to the many calamities nature can unleash. While we do not possess irrefutable proof of a millions of years old civilization, such an absence of evidence cannot entirely rule out its existence. Time is a powerful eraser, and Earth's geological canvas has been rewritten countless times. Traces of the distant past might lurk in some unexplored corner of the planet, or even beyond it. A legacy shrouded in possibility. Whether or not an incredibly old, advanced civilization existed before us, the very notion highlights the ephemeral nature of our own achievements. Our nuclear reactors, satellites, and digital wonders could someday become as mythic as Atlantis. Legends, whispered among future generations, who only see fragments of what we once were. Yet the quest to learn more about our roots fosters a deeper connection to the planet we call home. It reminds us that Earth has witnessed epochs of evolution, devastation, rebirth, and constant transformation. Recognizing this grand sweep of history can be both humbling and inspiring, challenging us to protect our civilization against known threats and to broaden our vision of what might lie ahead. Could humanity discover unequivocal proof of a pre-human, technologically capable society? The answer may lie hidden in unreachable strata of the Earth, sunken in ocean depths that remain largely uncharted, or lost among geological formations mistaken for purely natural phenomena. Every year, with the advent of more sophisticated archaeological technology and more daring exploration, we edge closer to that elusive revelation. Who knows what tomorrow's excavations or next month's research might unveil? In the end, one truth is undeniable. Our planet has endured for billions of years, and it will continue to revolve around the sun long after any single species' dominance fades. Past, present, and future civilizations all share a fragile foothold on this cosmic stage. While the storyline of an advanced society from eons ago remains speculative, it illuminates the precarious, wondrous balance that keeps us here. Will our descendants, or perhaps an entirely different species, someday look back on our era as a fascinating but ultimately doomed civilization? Only time, that silent guardian of secrets, can reveal the answer. Until then, we continue to delve into every clue, every rumor, and every fossil, driven by our unquenchable curiosity and the timeless desire to understand where we came from, and what might still be waiting to be found.